Game is underway. Let's hope we get another thriller here at Mount Smart this evening. And there's a forward. Fast play the ball. Egan. Here is Erin Clark. And it's Nickel Klookstar with a little gap. And it's shut quickly. And a penalty. Now, what's referee Adam G going to do here? Crush a tackle.
Joe, listen to me for a second. You've given away multiple. It's got to be better. What you do back there is borderline sin bin. It's crush it. Tidy it up. No more.
He's been kicking at 63% this season. You've got to lift that percentage. And he has done so with that one. So it's 2 points to 0. He is looking to put pressure on the Raiders here. Harris Tavita, good tackle. It's Matt Walker with that one. Egan again, they're plugging the short side. Pompey with the dummy. The Raiders are up to the task. Jackson Ford out there as we see Fogarty again. Continuing with these high kicks. Nicely taken by Tuivasa Sheck. What a great pass! Nickel Klookstar! He needs some support. What a great return of the football. Clark used as a decoy. Here's Ford again, setting it up. It's another set restart. Ford almost reaching out there. Egan waits at dummy half for the full 6 tackles left in this set. Here's Metcalf. That's Pompey. Tuivasa Sheck. He's got it down. Roger Tuivasa Sheck. First try of the game.
How did he score that? There was no room. They came across brilliantly. He had to do a bit of a pirouette in the air. Look at the fits in. It's there. Ball's on the ground, Glenn.
Wow. Warriors leading 8-0. Here's Halasima. Leka Halasima. He's down to the 20. And a penalty. And a sin bin. And it's Corey Horsburgh. Tackle number 19 there for Clark already. Nice hands to Chris again. Chris busting tackles. Here's a chance for the Raiders, and it's Tom Starling over to score. Good defence by the Warriors, hanging on just. Goes in front there.
Time off. 2.
That's exactly where we'll be heading into the second half. It is 8 points all at the end of the first 40 minutes. Kept his feet really well there. He's copped a high shot. There's Jackson Ford. So 10 points to 8 it is. We've had 10 minutes of play in the second half. Starling. You know, Ford races out of the line. Creates a gap there for Ethan Strange. And a penalty. Referee Adam G's had enough, and he's binned someone here. Nickel Klookstar. So, once again, the scores are locked up. They're starting to really deliver, aren't they? That's a beautiful short ball to Mariota. There's the offload to Fogarty. Now he's got his eyes on the try line, and he's there. Jamal Fogarty, that's a terrific try.
Tom Starling makes a late tackle on the kicker, which is high with a level of carelessness as he jumps. This will be a penalty and a sin bin.
And it's high contact. On report, you're in the bin.
And the Raiders have done it. They've come to Auckland and they've busted the Warriors' home record in 2025. And they join the Warriors in second equal place with a big win.
Andrew, just speaks to your first on assessment of how that game went.
Yeah, like early on we weren't tackling great, but we were so good on our try line, really resilient, and then we managed to fight our way out of it. Scored, you know, and I thought, you know what, we've done well to fight our way back, and then we got in a rhythm of our defence. We looked the better side. They got one in the bin, and you know, when they've got one in the bin, it's 50-50, particularly in that rain, whether you take two. And we decided to go for it, and we dropped the ball like 3 plays later, and we didn't get the ball back. I don't know if we got the ball back at all, hardly before half time. So that was a frustrating period. And then, yeah, we just didn't. Their back five just killed us tonight defensively. We couldn't hold them, couldn't put any pressure on with our defence. And yeah, we had our chances, like so many little chances where we're close to scoring, which, you know, was frustrating. But I was really proud still of a lot of things, particularly our goal line defence. I thought it was awesome.
What did you think of the attack?
Yeah, there was some really good attack. There was some frustration. So it just wasn't going to be a night to go around them, to try and go hands. Well, Roger scored one, but after that we tried to do that a couple of times. It just wasn't a night for that. So yeah, we looked unorganised at times, but we were calling plays, and some blokes turning up with knowing their roles. So it's something we've got to really fix this week.
Looking back, how crucial were those two sudden periods? The Raiders holding you out and then scoring when you go down to 12.
Yeah, definitely. Like that. Like I said, that. I mean, at the end of the day, it was 10-all at half time, so we could reset and go on. If we win the second half, we win the game. We didn't. But we were 10. That would have been 10-0 up. It could have been 10-0 up. So we just handled that period poor in the first half. Like I said, we went out straight away and didn't have any ball. I thought they handled it way better than us.
Kurt, felt like the Raiders were on a bit of a mission to get under you guys' skin tonight, particularly Joseph Taupin. Is that what it was like out on the field?
No, I wouldn't say that necessarily. It was always going to be a physical game. We knew that. It's the Raiders, they got a great pack, so it was just a good game of footy.
And Coach, just a word on the discipline out there. Sort of a couple of shots from the Raiders, particularly at the end with that late charge. Any complaints at all, or just a little feel?
No, mate. I'll let the judiciary sort that one out. What they think of that one. I mean, you know, going to the bin that last one. There was a shot on Lecker that I thought was like high in his head, and he dropped the ball. But in the end of the day, we were our own worst enemy tonight.
On that note, though, there was some nasty stuff. There was a pretty bad crusher tackle. There was shoulder charges. Did they push the boundaries much, the Raiders?
Oh, like Kurt said, I think they came here to play. If they overstep the mark, it's up to the referee to step in and get involved in it. At the end of the day, it's a tough game. And like I said, if they've overstepped it, then it's up to the referee to sort that out, not us. And it's up to the judiciary to sort it out. So. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one up to them this week.
What did you think of the chances, Cindy?
I think it was an accumulation of, like, I don't know how many 60 goes there were, and penalties on both sides of the field. Like, I got no idea. Like, it was a lot of. I felt like the referees involved in the game a lot down there, particularly when both teams were trying to attack the try line or trying to defend the try line, and I don't think it was sort of his tackle in isolation there. I think it was a build-up that the referee he was frustrated with both sides for that. And I don't have the stats in front of me, but there seemed to be a lot of 60 goes.
You've seen teams obviously bounce back well from defence so far this season, kind of runs after them.
Yep.
What do you think the impact of a home loss will be?
Yeah, I just said to the boys then, we just got to look at it the same way we always do. I thought we should be disappointed because it was an opportunity to win there tonight. Like, we had our chances and we didn't take it. Canberra they're a good side. But yeah, you know, by our own standards, we didn't live up to what we wanted to do tonight. So I think, but there was also things that we were really good at and we're proud of, and we're just going to take the learnings and get better. And if that takes us on another run, then whatever it is, but we're just going to look at it tomorrow and get better and focus on this week.
You got to put out, I guess, your first choice back line, or at least the back line you were hoping to start the season with for the first time tonight around Carl. Is that still pleasing to have everyone sort of returning to fitness?
Yeah, I mean, for our backs, I mean, Rocco Berry's also out at the moment, so he's due back soon. So yeah, I mean, it's good to have Roger and Dallin returning the ball like they do. They'll only get better. So, but yeah, I'm happy to have obviously those guys back.
Kurt, do you think fatigue was a bit of a factor tonight after all you've been through over the last 5 weeks with the constant close battles?
We had a long turnaround. I thought we trained really well this week. I wouldn't say fatigue was a big part of it.
And Andrew, if there's any positive, would be that you've shown progress in the way you push the Raiders so close. They're a big team in the competition.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking at it that way. We've got so much respect for the Raiders and the way they are, but we wanted to win that game. We thought we should, so we're not close enough. It's not really where we want to be. We want to be winning. We came into this game tonight with clear intentions on how we wanted to play and get the performance we wanted, and we didn't. So that's disappointing at the end of the day.
Coach, congratulations. What are your initial thoughts about that one? Hard fought one.
Yeah, probably that. Very, very hard fought. It was the sort of game that we expected.
What was the difference for you? Game with fine margins. Why did the Raiders come in on top?
I don't know. That's your job, mate. It's going to be a hard game. I knew Webby was going to have those guys up, and they were. They're a good footy team.
How crucial were the two respective 7-minute periods? The fact that you could hold the Warriors out for 12 and then score, and then
Well, we done a lot of hard work right throughout since I've coached here. Hard work talking about resilience, and you can talk about it, and sometimes you get thrown into a scenario or a situation where you've got to then show what you practice, show what you speak about, and I've got a tough team there, mate. So never once I doubted their toughness or resilience, so I know what's deep under the jumper. But I was just proud of every individual that displayed it.
Got a few on report coming out of that match. Can you see the impact of that then?
What can I see the impact of it?
Yeah.
He was involved in one of them. And Red, I might have to have a look at him again. I don't know, but what I saw with Joe, that he released the player's head.
And Joseph, how intense was that game? It looked extremely intense watching on.
Yeah, that's the games you want to play, and you got to match intensity or take it to another level. I thought the boys done that well. They came out firing, and Stick talked about it all week about not just matching them, but taking another step. And that's my job, and I take that personally.
Is it fair to say that playing the Warriors means more to you than just the average NRL game?
I think it's not more important, but I have, my dad and different parts of my family in the crowd that I want to make proud. So, I take another level to my game, I think.
Joe, what was it like when you got to go into the crowd after the game and see your partner? Because there were plenty of them there supporting you.
Oh, yeah, half of them weren't my partner. I had to get photos and that, but I spent some time in between autographs, but it's just good to see your family proud of what you're doing and what you've done. So I embrace those moments every time.
How tough were the conditions out there, and also taking on the Warriors?
Yeah, I think. That pack is really good, but the crowd that they come out every week is outstanding. So, there's a lot of talk about who they were missing, but I think their team was still up there.
Ricky, for you spoke about Norton Martin pre-game, giving him so you always saw a nice moment before he went off, and you just went up to him on the bench. But how proud are you of his effort out there?
Yeah, I spoke to you about it before the game, and you probably don't go into the in-depth part of it pre-game, but it's lovely to be able to debut a player. I mean, you look at that left edge there tonight in regards to the age group of nearly all that left edge. I mean, Sebi Chris, who's still only 26, I think, 25, 6, was the senior statesman on that left edge. And you have a look at how many games they've all played. we're on a completely different journey now, and the younger players that we're debuting, younger players that we are recruiting, are all doing their part of the job in playing good football. I'll go back to Taps and some of the game there tonight. We keep getting told this game's about entertainment, and that was an entertaining game tonight. But we can't discipline aggression, because our game and our broadcasters promote aggression. Now, we've got to be real careful that we don't go and want to scrutinise aggressive actions in a game that is moulded on pure aggression and passion. On Wednesday night, we got one of the most special games in our calendar happening, and it's created the profile and the culture, the passion of Origin is through aggression. And I'm not at all promoting foul play. I'm dead against foul play. I've said before in press conferences we get a lot of accidentalised shots. With the speed and intensity of our game, that's just going to be, that's a part of it now. And there's a penalty given, I get that, that's fine. I'm not promoting foul play, but don't go penalising, and I don't mean penalising out there, but with match review committees, we can't go just willy-nilly bashing players for aggression, because you need it in our game. If we want to keep calling ourselves an entertaining game and get the broadcasters' money, well, aggression's a big part of it.
The Raiders are an aggressive team, as you say, but do you feel like you pushed the boundaries a bit tonight?
Not at all.
I mean, you mentioned the crusher tackle.
When he released his Joe's,
yeah.
When he released his head, that's what we practiced to do.
On the scale of crusher tackles,
that's what, but we practiced releasing the head. Unless I didn't see it, I've seen it wrong. But you spoke to the referee about releasing his head. And I'm not, as I say, I'm not promoting foul play, mate.